win over me. I must have been tired that day or must have been sick. Unbelievable. I'll tell you, wherever it comes up, it doesn't matter where it is, you better be ready, because I'll tell you, I'm fast, I'm quick, I'm speed personified, and I am going to keep this belt.
All right, Steve, I know you've had this title belt on the line before. You've managed to keep it now for quite some time. Obviously, you like to defend that title. You've been a fighting champ so far.
Absolutely right. I'll take anybody, anytime, anywhere, but the whole thing is they got to be under 215 pounds for the light heavyweight title.
All right, it's going to be a big one. It's coming up next.
Buddy Lane, you better be ready.
On TSN, that man, the defending light heavyweight champ, Mr. Electricity, Steve Regal, against Canada's own Buddy Lane. It's coming up next, so stay with us for that light heavyweight championship bout next on TSN.
Well, there's little or no doubt in this one who will be the crowd favorite. Buddy Lane coming right out of Winnipeg, certainly a hometown favorite. There you see referee Eddie Sharkey displaying that light heavyweight championship belt.
Well, that's what they want. That's what both of these men have worked so hard for, and now this is a big, big opportunity for tough young Buddy Lane. 214 pounds, very, very eager for this title shot against Steve Regal. And title shots, I'll tell you, are certainly no easy thing to get. Once you've got one, there's your chance.
Certainly very true, and like any championship match, the odds are with the champion because the challenger must beat him. To equal him is not good enough.
That's right.
You must defeat the world champion in order to take that world championship belt home, all the prestige and glory that goes along with it.
Now look at this. Buddy Lane offering to shake hands, and Steve Regal
finally
waiting.
To do so. Steve Regal has been known to bend the rules in his favor. Mr. Electricity, they call him, and well, they should, because he is very fast, very electric in that ring. Buddy Lane, a very accomplished wrestler of his own. Two men study each other now. Collared elbow hookup, into the ropes they go. Finally, the break cleanly. Again, collared elbow hookup. The two men waiting.
This is the testing time. You see this so often early in the match. Who will make the first mistake? Who will be able to shift that center of gravity, that balance?
Now Lane goes down on the mat. Look at the speed on these two. Oh. Both men very schooled in amateur wrestling. The two men, one spin out reversal and sit out after the other. Again, back to their feet. No points on the takedown.
No points. He took him down the level too, but Lane just wriggled out of it.
Now the light heavyweight champion into the headlock.
Holding it, applying that pressure. Puts on the lock with that left arm and then locks it in there with that right one.
You can see the tremendous pressure being applied by the light heavyweight champion.
And, of course, that arm is right across the face and cheek of Buddy Lane.
Now, here we go. This is into a test of strength between the two. And Buddy Lane comes out victorious in that one.
Lane just powered his way out of it. Sometimes that's the only way you can do it.
Buddy Lane and Steve Regal both very, very strong for their size.
Buddy Lane pulling that arm over, locking it with the wrist again. Double wrist. He's got one wrist on his opponent's arm. The other holds it steady, puts on the pressure.
Now Steve works back to his feet. Looks like Steve Regal has a little bit of hair to go along with that double wrist lock. Now, in the ropes goes the break. Regal delivers a few well-placed greetings of his own. Lane all the way across the ring. Oh, look at that. Lane got out of the way. Regal shoulder first in the turnbuckle. Buddy Lane arm drag takedown. Now goes into that arm bar.
Speedy Buddy Lane. Got slammed in there, but right back out of it. Got the arm drag down and has the champ down, at least for the moment.
I tell you, Buddy Lane exerts enough pressure, that elbow will become hyperextended, and that could easily finish Steve Regal for the night and as the light heavyweight champion. Regal very quick now to one knee. The key to this is to get to his feet, as he now does.
For every hold, there's at least one and usually a variety of ways to get out of it, and that's what determines the champions from the challengers sometimes. And champion Steve Regal working to get out of this one.
And And Regal reverses it, and Lane reverses it now into an arm bar. The story in today's Winnipeg paper, Doug, Buddy Lane talking about a victory here, the tremendous prestige it would mean to him, and finally to achieve the big, big money available to the great stars in professional wrestling.
Talking with him before the match, he was very, very pumped up for this one. But this is the shot. This is what a lot of young wrestlers work and work and work for. As I said, it's no easy thing to get. That championship committee very careful about who it assigns, who it gives a shot at the championships, whether it be the heavyweight, light heavyweight, or the tag team.
Again, you see referee ordering the break. Regal again refusing to break cleanly. The forearm to the midsection of Buddy Lane. Now Buddy Lane comes back. Spins that arm around and down to the knees. There's the light heavyweight champion. Now, I'll tell you, again, Buddy Lane trying to hyperextend that elbow. Tremendous pressure.
He's got it going on about two different angles there. He can twist that forearm around. It all goes back to a very unnatural position on the elbow. It's supposed to bend forward, but it's not supposed to bend back. Twisting it into the shoulder. One of the most painful of the many painful holds.
Now look at Regal throws all his weight down, but Buddy Lane very alertly just used his own weight to work against him and came right back out on top.
I'll tell you, these two guys are going at it and going at it well when they happen so fast. You're just talking about one and they're already into the other one. Round and around they go.
Well, you well know that Buddy Lane will be giving everything he's got in this match. Now you see Steve Regal with his leg over the top. Now he locks the leg, and the referee this time orders the break. 5 minutes into this one-fall, 60-minute World Championship match.
You see Steve Regal holding that left shoulder and that left elbow. You look for that advantage, that one spot on the body you can just hammer away at, weaken your opponent, wear him down. That's what Buddy Lane was working on Steve Regal.
Now Lane reverses it. Hip lock takedown. And arm drag takedown now. Buddy Lane right back.
Right back working on that left shoulder, and there he pulls it. He's twisting at the same time.
Now what's going to happen sooner or later, Doug, the circulation to that arm could be cut right off, and it almost feel like it's asleep.
Then you get no part of a lock from that side. You can't close that fist. You can't do anything with it.
Referee Eddie Sharkey checking with Steve Regal, but the world champion not about to submit. He's held that belt for quite some time.
Watch the hair.
Steve Regal again trying to work his way to his feet. Now he's got that forearm underneath Buddy Lane's chin, trying to take some of that leverage and pressure off. Now Buddy Lane works it up to a top wrist lock. And Steve Regal seems to have the leverage. He's got a double wrist lock of his own.
That's the classic way to get out of that and turn the advantage, but look at this struggle.
This is a classic battle for the light heavyweight championship.
Not only a question of brute strength, but also now of balance.
And finally, down goes Buddy Lane. And now he goes down. Now, he's got one shoulder down. Buddy Lane bridging out of it. And again, a count of one by referee Eddie Sharkey. You saw an example of the tremendous power of Steve Regal. But now look at Buddy Lane. Look at this. Oh, look at the leg strength of Buddy Lane.
I'll tell you, he's able to do that.
And he did it. And now, a wrist lock of his own.
When Regal got him forced down in the first place, Lane very wisely distributed his weight, kept his knees bent, was able to keep some pressure in his thighs so he could bring those thigh muscles to work.
You can well imagine Buddy Lane how very much would like a win here tonight, not only to become the light heavyweight champion, but the opportunity to win it in front of his hometown fans.
Well, that's a double-dip delight, and no question about it. These guys would like to win it anywhere, but boy, there's nothing like doing it at home.
Good crowd on hand here at the Winnipeg Arena, very vocal.
It's funny, at times you can sense the crowd is just going to roar with every move. And sometimes they're watching these moves very closely. Sometimes there's nothing to say and no noise to make sometimes because they're so caught up in the intensity between these two wrestlers, and these two particularly.
Now, Buddy Lane from that double wrist lock goes into an arm bar. You see the hand of Steve Regal already beginning to turn white.
Sure is. And Buddy Lane continues working on that left arm. Two slams into the left shoulder.
Okay, he's got the arm going up one way and slamming that shoulder down. That could easily separate a shoulder.
That's an unnatural motion is what that is for the human body.
Now Lane twists that arm. Continuing to twist away at the light heavyweight champion of the world. Now referee orders a break as Steve Regal's into the ropes. But Regal again refusing to break cleanly comes off with a shot to the head of Buddy Lane. Rest assured, Steve Regal knows he's in a battle. Oh, an elbow to the forehead area of Buddy Lane. That will put the lights out.
Boy, it will. He caught that just above the area right between the eyes. Tremendous whack into it from Steve Regal.
Regal continues to work on the head of Buddy Lane, slams him into that top turnbuckle. Now what's he going to do? He picks him up. Oh, the atomic drop. We've talked about it. That'll make you feel like your spine is coming right out the back of your neck. He slams into that tailbone. 10 minutes into the 60-minute match. Now Regal with a reverse chin lock.
Checked by referee Eddie Sharkey. Checking for the chokehold. Warning now, Steve Regal, the champion. And Buddy Lane taking that punishment. The jawbone, side of the head. Steve Regal now complaining that Buddy Lane reaching for the hair.
Now Lane works to his feet. Tremendous leg strength on the part of Buddy Lane. Now look at Lane. Here we go again. A test of strength. Right in the center of the ring is both men. Now Buddy Lane had the advantage. Steve Regal goes for the hair and pulls it down. Referee asking him. But you can't call, Doug, what you don't see.
That's right, and you can't see everything. You know, the men in the stripes have that tremendous job to do. A lot of wrestlers will take advantage of the fact that you don't have eyes in the back of your head.
Eddie Sharkey's checking for a chokehold. Steve Regal continues to hold on to that reverse chin lock.
Regal clamps it on and then just grinds away at it. Look at that.
You can hear perhaps Steve Regal right above us. Instructing Eddie Sharkey to check with Buddy Lane to see whether or not he wants to give it up. Now Lane trying to work to his feet. Trying to come up with a counter to this chin lock. Now they're into the ropes. But Regal again using the hair pulls him off. Back body drop. And look at Buddy Lane. He held on to Regal. Hammers away with a fist to break Lane's hold.
Knew what he wanted to do, but Regal unable to surrender that balance of his, that tremendous balance.
Now Regal just hammering away at Buddy Lane. Referee finally getting the break. Now, oh, he breaks the bottom of those boots across the eyes of Buddy Lane. Off the ropes. Oh, a knee to the midsection that caught Buddy Lane square. He somersaulted over it. You see Lane now writhing in pain. Now Steve Regal strutting around to the crowd.
Now he's found a place to work on, the midsection of contender Buddy Lane.
Buddy Lane considered by many to be, in fact, the #1 challenger to the light heavyweight champion, Steve Regal. Now Regal goes for the cover. 1 and 2. Steve Regal is tremendously confident, often verbose champion, but to this date, Doug McCloud has backed up everything he said.
He sure has. You know, the proof is in the doing. It's the put up and shut up thing, and Steve Regal has put up. He's defended that title. First chin lock now onto Buddy Lane. Putting pressure, grinding it in again. There
you see the referee asking if Lane wants to submit number 1 and number 2, checking to make sure Steve Regal does not slip that forearm down and cut out the wind of Buddy Lane.
Lane still going to try to power his way out of this one.
Now they're into the ropes. And Regal. Now look at this. Buddy Lane reverses it. Regal into the turnbuckle. Buddy Lane with a monkey flip. Regal halfway across the ring.
Oh, that can really throw you. You put those 2 feet up there in the groin area, flip him over. That's the monkey flip. There are all kinds of variations on it.
But Regal right back with an elbow to the back of the head of Buddy Lane. Not quite 25% of the way into the 60-minute match. Regal now picks Lane up and throws him down to the mat. Count of 2. Now, oftentimes, why Steve Regal raises that arm up in the air rather than hooking that leg is probably, Doug, a show of confidence going off to the great fans here in Winnipeg. Keep it on.
Boy, if people come to see Steve Regal, not all of them come to like him, but they sure do come to see him. Mr. Electricity. One of those wrestlers who can just pack a house wherever he is.
Now Regal holds on. Winds away on the head of Buddy Lane.
I'll tell you something, if Regal defends his title here, he will have had a job of work against Buddy Lane.
I want that belt back. I got him. Oh. Now you can hear Steve Regal very clearly. I got him.
Want that belt back.
Telling Eddie Sharkey he feels he has Buddy Lane ready to submit, but I would well imagine Buddy Lane has other ideas.
I can practically guarantee that.
He got
Steve Regal trying to convince the referee.
ring the bell.
How much more pressure can Buddy Lane take? He's taken a tremendous amount so far, but he's dished it out too. Watch that left arm of Buddy Lane.
15 minutes. 15 minutes into the 60-minute time limit match. The battle for the junior light heavyweight championship of the world.
I'll tell you, Steve Regal hanging on to that reverse chinlock on Buddy Lane. A very effective move that can just cause pain through the entire upper part of your body. And every time he does one of those little clinching, grinding motions there, it intensifies the pain even more.
And he's been holding on to this now, Doug, for 3 to 4 minutes. But here comes Buddy Lane to his feet as he drives that elbow into the midsection. And Regal rakes his fingers across the eyes of Buddy Lane. Now, back suplex as he holds him up in the air and drags his back to the canvas.
That's a hard thing to absorb, but it's hard on both wrestlers as well.
Now, what's Regal going to do? He waited a minute too long to administer that elbow drop.
Well, he sure did. Buddy Lane was almost there for the having for a moment, but he got his wind. He saw what was coming.
But Regal right back. He drives that elbow to the back of the neck. But here comes Buddy Lane again. Regal into the turnbuckle. Oh, look at that shot. You can hear that all throughout the arena.
And now Regal on his knees. And look at Buddy Lane. Buddy Lane moving in, feeling he has Regal at an advantage for the moment. Oh, did he catch him with a flying flash in the middle?
On a 2, Buddy Lane almost had that championship. He came with that elbow from halfway across the ring. Now what's he going to do? Oh, flying body block. Again, a count of 2. Regal. Oh, instant.
So close. So close, Ken.
Buddy Lane thought he had him. Now again. Lane with a drop kick. The champion is on the rope.
Buddy Lane slamming Regal, bouncing him off the ropes and slamming him down to the deck.
And Lane again. And again, another flying drop kick. The champion could be gone. Count of 2. Again, Regal at the last instant is able to kick out. That's why he's that.
It sure is.
Heavyweight champion. But he is on the ropes now. A knee lift. Steve Regal is out on his feet. Another one. Buddy Lane slams the champion down to the mat.
Boy, Buddy Lane using every bit of the ropes and slamming Regal to the turnbuckle.
Oh, now Buddy Lane was going for a monkey flip.
Oh.
Got caught with his feet between the second ropes, came right down in that groin area. Regal the cover of two. And Thomas Rivas and Phil Regal used the second rope. Added leverage. The referee didn't see it. But he can hardly believe it.
18 minutes.
But your winner, 18 minutes and 40 seconds, retaining the light heavyweight championship of the world, Steve Regal.
Mr. Electricity Lane using the ropes, but there Regal steps out of it as he was going for the monkey flip. It's over, and Steve Regal retains the light heavyweight championship belt.